Welcome to Common Unity. I'm Jason Fox.
And I'm Dr. Gabriel Lewis, and we are bringing the community together with a common unity.
All right, welcome back to Common Unity. This week we've got our great honour of bringing in our first female guest, and I was shocked to look at the results the other day to find out we're currently sitting at 50% female listenership. So thank you, girls. I hope you enjoy this one. So this young lady I met through the gym years ago at Snap Fitness, my mate's gym, and she was there building her business and building a little empire, changing people's lives, and I've seen her grow a great deal. A couple of years ago she came and saw me and we had a little bit of a talk going into COVID, and there was a bit of stuff going on, and she's jumped ahead in leaps and bounds since then. So I'd like to introduce boss lady Louise Watson. Thanks for joining us.
You're more than welcome.
Thanks for coming. It's a real excitement to kind of have you on here, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually my first podcast, so that's exciting.
Excellent. Well, just speak from your heart.
Awesome. So I don't even really know where to begin. So the business kind of subconsciously began back in 2013 when it was the trend to have a Facebook page for your fitness journey.
Yep.
I never sort of had the idea of having a business in the forefront of my mind, like at all.
It was just to share your kind of business journey, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or your own personal health journey?
Yeah, my own personal journey. And then it sort of gauged a lot of attention really fast. And then, I was just working out at a gym and the manager said, "Oh, you really need to do this course. It's the best year of your life." And I'm like, "Oh, go on then." So I enrolled into Cert for Fitness, which is a local course. It's actually hugely popular in the Bay. I shit you not, it was the best year of my life. Day one, you are in your togs in front of the whole class. You get 30 seconds to show everyone what aqua aerobics is.
Yep.
Inside water or just in the
you're
classroom?
outside of the water and all of those students are staring at you in your togs.
So warts and all, real.
Yeah, followed by a mud run with people you've never met before. So that was definitely interesting.
Diving into the deep end.
Yeah. Pushing you out of your comfort zone. So I guess that was the birth of the next chapter as well. It's just been an amazing experience. So I was just doing a workout at that gym, at Brent's gym. And he said, "Oh, come see me after your workout." And I thought, "Oh my God, what have I done?" And he goes, "You want a job?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Man, I'm just so excited." So jumped on board and basically started Monday. Just sort of went for it. I had no clients. I had sort of no sort of clue on the ultimate vision, but just got the ball rolling. And
so how long after was this once you kind of did the course, or just in general?
I literally was a week away from graduation when I was approached for this job. I had done a few hours for free working at another franchise gym as well, just to sort of get experience. And by then the online platform had sort of grown quite significantly. I've had the page since 2013 and it's got about 19,000 followers on Facebook.
Yeah, wow.
Which is my main audience, and then slowly gravitated over towards Instagram and then recently TikTok. It's the latest trend. So,
Interesting, that one, because Facebook, you do see people have huge crowds on it, but do you find there's still a lot of engagement on Facebook, or it's really come away from there now?
I feel like it is slowly coming away from Facebook. I feel like people are watching more videos such as TikTok or more interactive, so that's something I've been working on in my social media, doing more videos and more interactive small snippets of advice as opposed to big lengthy posts. People aren't really reading as much content. They want to watch, they want to hear, they want to listen to you like directly instead of hear you speak your truth.
So would you say the Facebook's kind of turning into more of a LinkedIn kind of profile almost, that use the front face but not so personal?
Absolutely. I definitely think it is fading out. Same with like Facebook ads. Heaps of other personal trainers always ask me their opinion on Facebook ads and marketing. Honestly, word of mouth is your best point of contact because you've got a quality lead. A quality lead is going to refer another quality lead to your business. So
I do zero marketing.
Yeah.
None. I won't do it. And any time where my arm's been pulled to kind of do it within my own business, and the 2 times I have done it in my career, they've been useless leads. I think, to be honest, I probably had one really quality lead from it out of the time and effort, and I'd get quality leads through word of mouth daily.
Yeah, absolutely. Have to agree. Yeah, you don't have to make these big drastic marketing campaigns.
Yep.
I normally share to the local community pages. That's one of my big bits of advice. Just share into your local community, because even if people aren't liking and commenting on your stuff, they're still looking, and it's still brand awareness. You're still going to be in their subconscious. They're going to think personal trainer. They're going to think, oh, Louise, boss lady. I'm going to be at the forefront. So I do sort of somewhat spam those pages, but for good reason, because I know that I'm good at what I do and I want to help as many people as I want, as many people as I can.
Yeah. Now, I've got one question when your name came up. So it's like boss lady.
Yeah.
So do you like boss or do you like boss, like Rick Ross?
Oh, it could go either way.
Tomorrow we see an update with $2 signs.
100%. I like that.
Sorry, I've got really poor taste in jokes. But
He's got 3 young kids at home, so he's getting,
Fair enough.
they just start crying, so he has to get it out on us.
You're welcome.
So a lot of your growth, I think, has come from one of my quotes that really resonates with me at the moment is no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yep.
And I've seen, with your engagement and the people that you're training and everything, you can just tell your heart's in it. And that's why I think you're being so successful in what you're doing, is it's a real passion drive.
Yep.
And the people know it's genuine. You know?
Yep.
There's no falseness.
Absolutely. And it's really hard when some people do ask, they're like, how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just something that you can't teach, because when you do love what you do, it just comes naturally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no secret.
Yeah, you're just doing it. And I've said on previous podcasts, even if I won $40 million, I'd still be doing what I do. I'd just be driving a different car to work. And I've said it to so many clients, they actually don't believe me. But when you see me driving a different car to work, I've won lotto.
Or we got a big brand deal here.
Or that.
So good.
Or I started OnlyFans. Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah, they are nice feet, mate. They are nice feet. So going back to Snap, so you're there and you worked there and you're doing group classes for quite a while?
I was sort of doing like the group classes, and I swear I was only having maybe like 3 clients a day, but I just worked really hard. And what I did, I actually stayed at the gym most days from morning right through to the evening, just engaging and connecting with the new members, because I was at another location in Papamoa, but I was able to move to Tauranga, and just sort of made my presence known. And even if they weren't a client, just engaging and connecting with people and just sort of sharing what I know.
Yeah, it's so important. That's probably the most talkative gym I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And Brent's got the most chiseled jawline out of anyone in Tauranga.
Big Yana.
Yeah, big Yana. But, that I missed that culture of that gym, because it was like cheers. It was where everyone knew your name.
Definitely.
And I haven't had that in any other gym.
Yeah, absolutely. And it can be hard, especially locally. You feel like you want to put a little bit of each gym into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep kind of going back with the question for myself. Like, obviously, it started pretty organically for you, your own personal journey. So if it was quite believable, not believable because it was you just sharing your own journey, where did the journey start for you?
For getting in shape?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even wanting to. Yeah.
Actually, one night I was actually in the bath and I had to keep adding more bubbles into the bath, and I thought, man, I'm really sick of this.
Yeah.
Something's got to change. Got to change. And I went out to the lounge and I told my partner at the time and my flatmate, I said, I'm going to join the gym. And they started laughing. I was like, nah, this is for real. And they did. They watched me transform, eat my chicken and veggies again for dinner over and over and over. And then I started my page. And it was a really good way just to keep myself accountable. We see it quite a lot on Instagram now with other people with their journeys, which is really cool. And I think maybe just the realness of it, and I sort of just kept it 100% and kept it honest. And one thing that I haven't done yet with social media too, even to this day, I haven't really done any sponsorship deals, or I haven't really collabed with many big brands or anything like that. I've just sort of stuck to myself until the right sort of
situation presents itself that feels right.
100%.
But the reason most people do those brand deals is because they don't have a business to promote themselves. You're constantly promoting yourself.
That's true, yes.
So you're not getting 10% of the income of something, you're getting 100% of the income of the clients that come through to you.
Absolutely, that's such a good point.
Yeah. So you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
So what Were your friends and family supportive of the change? Or was it a bit of it brought out their insecurities that kind of made them, that they weren't so supportive?
It can be a little bit conflicting, but I think once they realised that it was something that wasn't just going to be a fitness journey, it was going to be helping other people, they were really
Super
on board.
Yeah.
Cool. And sort of understood the vision a little bit more and a little bit beyond just having a fitness page or making a physical change. It was like quite a mental change as well, not just the physical aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have a big, obviously, if you've got 19,000 people, it's quite a community there. So it's very cool. So expert in growing communities.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Through common unity.
Exactly.
So
That's
good.
where the name came up, actually, for this podcast.
Yeah.
We just kind of want to talk and share and grow as people and individuals, and what's the better way to do it than to build a community with the common unity.
Yeah, we've got plans for this as it grows, but yeah. First few episodes.
It'll
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But yeah.
It's very, very fun. Yeah. So what kind of gets you excited on the daily basis or outside of your realm?
Outside of the business?
Yeah.
I guess just living life to the full way, like, because the same amount of time is going to pass whether or not you go for your goals or go for what you want anyway. So you might as well fulfill that time with the things that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like friends, family. I think I actually moved to Tauranga maybe 11 years ago with one bag. One bag, no job, no money, no car, and this is where it started.
Epic. Where from?
Christchurch.
Oh, I'm from Christchurch.
Are you? Oh.
Yeah. Originally, so I was in Christchurch, then Otago, then Auckland, then Sydney. Then
So. Wicked. That's where the journey began, and then I guess the hustle started when I was working in fast food, and I actually got an award for selling the most chicken nuggets.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Everybody likes nuggets.
In New Zealand, yeah.
In New Zealand?
Yeah, in New Zealand. So,
wow.
So the manager came out and he said, I bet you can't sell them overnight. And I was like, challenge accepted.
How many nuggets?
I can't remember the exact amount, but I worked an overnight shift, 8 p.m. till 6 a.m. and all I needed was that drunk rush, eh? They were like, can we get a packet of nuggets? I'm like, sorry, was it 100 nuggets? And all the boys were like, yeah, 100 nuggets. I'm like, sweet. It was excellent.
I would be that guy in the taxi.
Yeah.
I'm always buying my taxi driver's food.
There's got the upsell, then there's the upsell.
Yeah, it was excellent. And then the manager's face in the morning when he'd come into the freezer and there's none left.
So how many nuggets did you sell that night?
A few thousand.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I guess that's where the hustle sort of began. I sort of loved having sort of challenges in front of me and just going for it.
Yeah. What company was that for?
That's for Burger King.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
Not even none for their nuggets, jeez.
No, I was thinking McDonald's, but wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congrats. Well done.
What an achievement.
It's actually an achievement. I remember when I was doing Cookie Time Christmas cookies, those buckets back in the day, and I had to sell like 3,500. I think my target was actually 3,000, which at the time the previous seller did 2,500. I was like, I got to 3 and I was like, I'm going to do 3,600. I just got there. I was like, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Cool challenges. Yeah, excellent. So what else are you working on at the moment?
So at the moment I am working on a few different projects. I'm working on Boss Lady Business Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
I set it up for upcoming personal trainers, but my first client was actually an electrician. It was a platform, originally deemed for new personal trainers into the industry and how to get started.
Mm-hmm.
But it did attract other businesses as well that have jumped on board. I've got another rigging business in Auckland, a cleaning business, and an earthworks business in Paraparaumu. So, yeah.
It's kind of like, I'm not sure if you might be aware of it, but Jim's Mowing.
Yes.
And how they've just branched off into a whole pile of gyms this, gyms that. Like he's done Jim's cleaning, Jim's car cleaning. It's like this huge network of gyms. And it's all about that. So it's all what that kind of tells me is like it's all very translatable information.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that when most people start a business, they might not know But the truth is, I can't even remember what I was going to say then. Mind blank. Mind blank.
Should we talk about how you transitioned into that? Because obviously you're at Snap, everything was going good, your personal trainer, everything, and then time to go out on your own, wasn't it?
Good story. So Brent gave me this wonderful opportunity to go to the Business Summit in Queensland. I was so excited. I was just excited just to be there. It was a really wicked opportunity. We had a few guest speakers and just got to rub shoulders with people that I'd only ever heard of. Yep. It was fantastic. And when I was there, I sort of had in my mind that I would open a franchise gym. But on the flight home, I sort of soon realised that I actually wanted something of my own because I knew that I could tweak things and sort of put my own sort of mark on it. Mm-hmm. And went for lunch with a friend and I said about opening my own gym, and then within 3 hours she FaceTimes me with this big mess in the background. She said, I found your gym. I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, well, anyway, I'll give you the address. You got to come out. So I went out to Tauriko and it was inside the trampoline park. All this equipment that was just sitting there ready to go. So I think we semi-built the gym and set it up within the space of maybe 4.5 weeks.
Which was the time there was nothing in the lakes. There was no BFT there at the time.
No, there was no surrounding gyms at all. We
really needed that and kind of still need one to this day. Yeah. Traditional gym.
Absolutely.
Chuck tin around, but...
Yeah, it happened really fast.
And what was you opened today? Your doors open?
Yep, doors opened. I was open for 3.5 weeks before COVID hit.
That would have been a stressful spanner in the works.
Absolutely. So I was absolutely gutted when I had to close the door. Like I'd finally built the space, the 4 walls of helping people that I deeply care about, and I had to close the doors, and I knew how much it meant to them, having that space where they could be vulnerable and work on themselves, and it was suddenly taken away. Yeah. Along with obviously achieving that goal, it felt really sad to close the door. So
yes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even your own fault, really, because you were subleasing a space and the overall lease got rug pulled from underneath you, didn't it?
Yeah, you couldn't socially distance children in a trampoline park. So there were a few issues. But
so the overall business didn't work out, so you couldn't sublease the area that the gym was in?
No, and it was quite difficult to kind of find a building in a hurry because you sort of want to do some market research and know what sort of area you want to be in. I didn't want to rush. So that's when I developed the Healthy Couch. So during COVID, we were doing burpees in the lounge, mixture of workouts just on Zoom, just to keep everyone engaged and accountable during that time. It's a really good name. I love it, My granddad named it.
Yeah, granddad.
Really good name.
Go granddad.
Yeah.
Hope you got a box of beers.
The Healthy Couch. It started off with no one having a camera on, and then by the end,
everybody had the camera on.
It was pets, interesting hairstyles, interesting dance moves, anything going on. So that was really.
How many people did you have on that platform during COVID?
Had about 20 to 30. Yeah. And people that I'd never met before too, by posting on the buy, sell, swap pages and stuff like that in the local community.
And were most of them joining daily?
Yeah, absolutely. We did about maybe 4 per week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that becomes a business in itself then, right?
Yeah, it was interesting. Definitely different, but cool just to give something different a go.
Yeah. Would you keep continuing that kind of model or not really?
Maybe not at this point, but it's definitely something that we're going to look into in the future.
Hope you saved the name.
Yeah.
It's an awesome name. I think
so you're not offering any online training as such currently?
So I've got the Boss Lady app, so I am online. That's going amazing. I should have done it a lot sooner, but just wanted the right software and the right sort of platform before I got started. Yeah. So put a lot of work into launching Boss Lady Online. So I offer different online programs. The latest one is Boss of Breakthroughs. That's a really in-depth 12-week program online. And I've also got, which I would recommend to anyone else with a business, is to have a private Facebook support group. It's a really great way to connect with your clients on a whole nother level, and they can also post in the group as well when you're not actively in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
becomes that community as well, right?
Definitely.
Like what we had with the Thrive that we should have probably done more with rather than just going, sorry, Phil.
Sorry, Phil. Absolutely. That was such a great group during COVID.
Yeah. So good. Yeah. So really you've kept what you had with the couch going.
Yep.
It's pretty much still going.
Pretty much.
But it's developed into an app over time, hasn't it?
Yeah,
so you didn't have the
absolutely.
app prior to doing that.
No, it's quite fresh. I think I've maybe had it since January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how is it to kind of set up an app if somebody wants to go and, hey, I've got this idea, I'd love to set up an app. How difficult is it?
It's pretty straightforward, but I did have the help from Kiwi Creative, who have done Jason's website as well, which was excellent, just having that extra helping hand.
Yeah.
And just reassurance of launching everything, like getting the logo and the getting it live on the Google and the Play Store as well.
Because a lot of those simple things would actually be enough to be like, I'm not a tech person.
Oh,
I've got
definitely.
this information, but I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
and tech's
enough
changed so much. Like even going back to study, I opened up Microsoft Word. I'm like, what the? What? It's different.
I'm terrible at Excel.
Absolutely.
So I did the website app, everything right through to completion, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well done. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I need him to do a bit more for me. Just waiting for him to find some time in his schedule.
Yes.
You listening?
Yeah. Shout out.
Stop putting other people in front of me.
Yeah, come on.
Family. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. We'll have to have a good look through it. Where can people find that at?
Bosslady.co.nz.
Okay. And is it in the Play Store and stuff like that, you said?
Yes,
you
it
just
is.
said that? And Apple?
Yeah, both.
So it's in both of them. So that's a rigmarole, I hear.
Pardon?
I hear it's a bit of a rigmarole to get an Apple and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a mission, but just takes time.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. So good.
Yeah.
And that's the same app that you're mentoring for the businesses is part of that? Or that's
No, separate, completely separate.
Okay.
So how many different juggling
Aspects.
balls are you holding at the moment?
Quite a few.
I'd say balls.
Yeah, quite a few.
Oh, that's awesome.
But Boss Lady Business Solutions has been really good. So I actually started that idea maybe a year ago, and I ran a Be a Boss in Business masterclass on Facebook. It was just sort of trial and error, sort of piecing together all the information, and that was sort of before TikTok I guess I was a bit late to the TikTok party before I launched TikTok. But the Be a Boss in Business masterclass was amazing. I've connected with so many people. We've got Bloom by Bex in Christchurch. She is amazing. So she went from working at a franchise gym in Christchurch, full online. Like she fully maximised her income and her reach, I guess.
Yep.
She's doing amazing things.
Wow.
So where did you get the belief in yourself to kind of just, hey, where's the opportunity? Okay, let's go. Is it from just making the change, or did you have the kind of belief in yourself beforehand, or is it just getting active and moving? Or
I think it's always been within me subconsciously, but just allowing myself to be my true authentic self and to let it shine through, like in social media and just in everything that I do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to be said for the person that can wake up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock and be at the gym too.
Yeah.
You know, I've said it before in other things. Your Bill Gates, Grant Cardone's, all those guys, they're all the 4 a.m. crew.
Yep.
You've always done that exercise. Now you're right within yourself. It's easy to deal with other people.
Yeah. Sets the tone for the day.
Yeah, it does. And it's something that I need to get better at. So you're inspiring me here. You know.
I'll be watching your Instagram stories.
Oh, it's a challenge.
Just pop my shoulder in, mate. I might go to the gym in the morning.
Hey, don't push that pressure out. Just use one arm. Oh no, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never been a morning person, but I've always been a late night trainer.
Yep.
But I've never been put off, no matter how tired I am at night, to train. And I always find it better me training, then I'll go to bed and I sleep like a baby. I just personally enjoy it that way, but it's how I've always been. So, but it's cool. So what's some lessons you've learnt from training people?
Oh God, there's so many. I guess.
Well, let's go top 3.
Oh, no pressure.
Okay,
Make sure they're good
top
ones.
Top lessons, just showing people what they're capable of doing. Yes. I think that when I first meet someone versus, say, like a couple of months in, there's a big comparison. Or another, like a trend that I see quite a lot is when a client jumps on board, they're really reluctant to get photos. Mm-hmm. But you always regret, there's always clients that regret taking those photos because they've made such a drastic change physically and mentally that when they're at that point at the end, they fully regret not getting those photos.
I was actually talking to a client this week. Her spine was atrocious, and I was going to take a photo, but I don't normally do, but it was so bad. I was like, I should really take a photo, but I was like, look, she just needs to be comfortable. We don't need that to deal with. It doesn't change my care or anything like that. And even now, she wasn't in the space to kind of take a photo then, but now she's like, you know what? It would have been really cool to take a photo so I can see just how far we come, because it's huge. The difference is monumental. And yeah, so if anybody's got hesitations about it now, I'm like, I'm taking a photo.
Yeah, definitely, because you definitely regret it.
That's true. It's quite cool seeing the change and seeing the growth in people too. So that's one. What's another one?
Another challenge? Challenge or?
lesson
that your clients have taught you.
Now I'm really stuck.
You don't have children, is it like, have they taught you a lot of patience? Because children test us.
Yeah, a lot of patience. I don't have children. That's why I'm getting up early.
You're going to be getting up early one way or another, whether it's gym or children.
And there'd be a lot of mental strength, I guess, comes from that too, because I see it. I saw a girl crying to her PT in the trainers the other day, because a bit like us, people unload on you. You know,
Oh, definitely.
They come to you for the fitness, but you're also getting the mental dump as well.
Definitely. And I think there's a lot to be said about who you are as a person, offering that extra support as well. Like, you're not just a personal trainer. You're sort of offering that whole experience of support, not just for that 1 hour, but also ongoing, and within the support group, within social media, the quick voice messages in the morning to check in and all that.
And to be fair, what you're doing is most people's biggest insecurity. Like, most people's biggest insecurity is the way they look, whether it be they've got a bent nose, or they're a little bit overweight, or they walk a bit funny. You know, every person will have one thing inside their body that they're insecure about, and they're going to you to fix it or to make them feel better in it. And, you know, 3-4 weeks down the track, they've lost 2 kgs, they feel like a different person, and, you know, that's where the photo comes in.
Yeah.
You know? Now, lose 2 kgs, you know, and I can see it in myself. I lose 2 kgs, I'm like, let's go to the beach.
Yeah. Shirt off.
I got this. So, you know, that confidence comes through really quick. So, you know, that part of the journey's got to be great for you. And for you, you must get a lot of learnings too from what these people are telling you, and learning from their experiences for your own life.
Yeah, definitely. And they always say, oh, thank you, you know, and I'm like, yeah, but you're also the one that's put in the work. You've made that commitment and investment to yourself. Like, when I do get clients to sign up, the question I ask them is, they've got to select one, and it says, are you here for it or maybe?
Yep.
And we just respond to the here for it, because we're here for it.
Yeah.
Just to invest in themselves and to pick themselves. Yeah, put themselves first.
You can only help somebody if they're wanting to help themselves.
100%.
Because you're much the same as me. I can't adjust somebody from a distance.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make change if they don't put the effort in. So they've got to come to the table. So you might be the facilitating process, but they're still putting the effort in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely agree.
And the cool thing about that, it puts the emphasis and ownership back onto them. Actually, no. It's like, actually, I'm a big part of this. So then it's like that self-belief fueling again, which is cool to see.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, well done.
Thanks.
That's cool. Great for growing great people, inspiring them. So what's some things you're working on personally?
So I'm launching a new product, which is going to be called a Boss Lady Box. It's going to be a monthly subscription. The final details aren't sorted just yet, but it's going to be a box delivered to your door monthly. Little things that are going to be helping you on your journey. Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got so many different ideas. It's really cool.
It just come to mind over the last couple of weeks, just in terms of talking about working with different businesses and the right collaborations and sort of business relationships with other products. Just need to find the right suitable products and what I've got in mind for that vision.
Yeah.
It's excellent. And in order to kind of fill other people's cup or help facilitate the process, what fills your cup?
Sleep. Sleep. I do love to read or listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
Yep.
What kind of audiobooks do you like?
Oh, well, 10X Rule would be number one.
Yeah, Grant Cardone, man.
Yeah, that one's good. I've listened to it so many times.
All of his books are fantastic.
Yeah.
He's got such a gravitating energy. I really enjoy it personally, yeah.
And what I like about him is what he's done, all of us can do. Like, he's not an Elon Musk that's going to Mars, that's outside of our IQs. He just, massive amounts of action, whether it be through sales and or investing, has got him to where he is.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a billionaire. And we can all follow that path to some degree. So it's obtainable. So it's an easy message to follow, I think,
Yeah, definitely.
And it's all got the common theme as well, the self-belief as well. So everybody, even when they step in, are you here for it? Tick.
Yeah.
It's got that self-belief in themselves that has to be there to be at the start to kind of make the change.
Definitely. There was a really amazing client that I had. She came to a boot camp and she could barely do a press-up. And I think it was maybe 8 months down the track, I was running boot camp and I was like, oh, who's yelling out to me? And she was yelling out and she was like, Louise, I'm running, look at me. And it was so cool. And I think that business and feeling successful is like small sums of those moments. Like, you can't really pinpoint it. And I think that success is obviously different for everyone, but I think success to me is those small moments of like that true reward and recognition, like in that moment, and she's screaming at me, look at me, I'm running. I'm like, I can see that. You're kicking ass. And it was just so surreal to go from someone that couldn't do a single press up to running her heart out.
And that's the cool thing too, with things that are so significant for some, but such a huge deal, and how it lights them up and how they've grown from there. Like, I've had clients myself that they couldn't walk around the mount. Now they're going up the mount, and just the difference and change, and then you just light that little fire, and then you watch and see it grows and how it implements other aspects of their life. It's pretty exciting. So
yeah, definitely domino affects every area of your life. Yep.
And because of that, you're actually happy day to day.
Absolutely.
Because you're doing the rare thing, which is the right thing, is actually enjoying the journey.
Yep.
So you're not actually trying to get to the finish line. So you're at the finish line every day because you're in it.
Yeah.
You're just living in it day to day, and the wins just keep happening, rather than trying to get to the finish line, the goal, whatever it may be, achieving it, then going, oh, that didn't actually fulfill me, now I'm unhappy, and trying to go again. You're enjoying what you're doing, all your small businesses, which will be huge businesses in time. You're living, you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You've touched on a common thing. It's not about the likes and the page that when you've got an online presence like you do, a lot of people will be marking their success with how many likes they got on the page, but it's really, that doesn't technically get you fulfillment, because each time you really have to get more and more and more and more likes to actually fill that same void. Else at some point you're actually going to not fill it, so then you're not getting that fulfillment. So cool that you've kind of registered that and been like, actually, this is my level of achievement where I'm really impacting people. That's probably why you grew,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Just doing things against the grain.
Yeah. So you've been training in Gate Par?
Yes, so I've been there since I've lost count of how many lockdowns.
The first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it must have been after that one.
Impending.
Blaze, is it?
Yeah, Blaze Fitness. Dan and Summer Bronze run that gym. It was just amazing. I actually just rung him because I rung a few gyms locally, and I just really connected with Dan the minute that he answered the phone. Just explained to him a little bit about myself, and literally just dived right on in, and he's let me sort of help him as well with his gym, which has been great. Yeah, it's growing, so it's been unreal. Yeah.
And staying there for a while, or?
Yes, so what I'm going to do, I am going to be opening my own personal training studio very soon in Tauriko, and lead some one-on-one sessions there, and then still work at Blaze because I've got that social interaction and connecting with the community. I can't let them go.
And it's what fills your cup.
Exactly. and it's behind KFC.
So people often in fitness have this unrealistic rule, and I've talked about it with certain clients, like you've got to have a balance in life.
Definitely. Orchid wings.
To be fair, I did have KC last night and some leftovers today. So
Oh, yeah.
doubled up.
It's protein. It's all chicken.
Yeah.
80% 20, and if you're needing to, 90% 10. But I've seen people that have gone 100%, and guess what? They just run a havoc with stress within their body because they're turned neurotic with regards to not doing the right thing, and then their body's being detrimental as a result.
Definitely. I do see that a lot in some clients that I've had in the past. Like they're real all or nothing. They want to do everything all at once. Like they might want to quit smoking, 3 litres of water, 5 days a week at the gym. Like they just go too handy too soon. And sometimes it's about just those small stepping stones to success, as opposed to making those drastic, unreal changes.
Yeah, one of the funniest changes I've ever come across, actually. I was a part of this gym training group. I don't normally do it, but one of the guys there...
Was it water aerobics?
It wasn't water aerobics, but that would be... I do put a lot of people into water aerobics.
Doesn't look like you. You already got the swimmer's cap on.
Oh, it was so funny. Where the guy was like told to have some apple cider vinegar in the morning and drink 2 litres of water. He drank 2 litres of apple cider vinegar.
Oh my God, that's so gross.
He must have had a massive detox.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It was funny. It would have been so hard. It would have been a hard challenge. But it just reminded me of some people.
It would have been quite expensive as well.
Expensive and highly disgusting.
Wow.
Lemon water people, a lot easier.
So do you have to correct people like that a lot?
Sometimes, I guess it's just stamping out old trends that are completely just irrelevant, I guess.
I suppose with the health journey though, and it's the same with the patterns that people are doing, it's the patterns they stop are more impactful than the ones that they start.
Definitely.
Yeah, so when you think about it like that, if they're going back into the same environment expecting different change, it's going to be very hard for them to get that change they want to see. If they're making the change in the things, the patterns and the habits that they've created that have put them in the place that they want to make the change, and they're not changing them, it's very easy to fall back into the same pattern.
Definitely. So Mum always said that you can fall off the bandwagon, but just don't let it run you over, which is a good way to look at it.
Yeah, it really is.
That's that 3 months to make a habit, isn't it? So it's one thing getting out of bed for 2 months and then going, oh man, I've achieved it.
Yep.
Then you take a break and you never come back. Like you just got to push through, make that habit.
I think it's really good to have the consistency there, where you're actually setting an achievable goal where, yes, it's achievable, but you need it to be consistent over a year.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I do with the 8-week challenges that I run as well. I'm very, just to educate my clients that it's not just for the 8 weeks, and that I highly recommend that they stay on a 12-week program after the 8 weeks, and just know that's something for life. It's not just an 8-week challenge.
It's to jumpstart them.
Yeah, absolutely. To give them the tools and the foundation to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. What's the biggest lesson you've learnt in your own personal health journey?
No shortcuts.
It's a good lesson.
Yeah, no shortcuts. No shortcuts. And just sort of, stamping out trends and advice and outdated ways of doing things.
Yeah.
Too many fads and diets out there, isn't there? It's just consistency.
Yeah, I'm a 90s baby, so there were so many. Atkins, so many to name.
Yep. The good old 90s aerobics and everything.
Yeah.
Tybo.
Time to be alive.
He's in shape.
I
Well,
I'm more of a Zumba kind of guy.
Knew it.
So if you were your younger self, it's a question that we always ask somebody, okay? We ask it at a different point in the podcast. Okay, if you were to give your younger self some advice, okay, what would it be? And it doesn't have to be your super younger self. It could be you at different stages too.
Probably not to skip PE and to probably pay more attention in school. I've always sort of had the drive of, like, my overactive mind. Like, I've always got to be working and doing something. And I don't know, I guess I could have worked harder in school, but I knew that I was itching. I was ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked, like, personally, like, why do you think I skipped PE, or why do you think I didn't kind of push harder myself personally? Have you gone deeper into the thought pattern there, or
Maybe just part of the journey.
Yeah.
And probably lack of self-belief within that moment. Yeah.
And when do you think you got the self-belief?
Oh. Probably the day that I started working at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You're like, I'm actually doing this.
Yeah, it was so random.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's my work now. Yeah, this is my job. This is my career, and this is what I wanted, and it's here.
Yeah. I had a moment like that within chiropractic. This was when I was a student, and we did a mission trip to Rarotonga, and we happened to have, it's a little bit of a cool story, but we happened to see a lot of Rarotongans while we were there. So I happened to see the Prime Minister's wife, and I happened to see this big dude called Kevin. He was this huge Rarotongan, and I had a very, very, very difficult adjustment to perform, and I happened to also have the president of the college watching me. And then because of Kevin's size and the adjustment I needed to do, everybody stood around watching it. So it was like, whoa, one of those moments. And then I was like, you know what, I've just performed, and I just kind of backed myself, and I did, and it went beautifully. And even the president of the college at the time was like, I actually don't think I could have done that. And then what my take-home lesson from that was, all my adjustments from then on were easy. It wasn't a difficult adjustment, but the reason why they became easy was because I had the self-belief. So
you'd been there before.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the worst thing worst adjustment you ever have to do, and you've done it, everything becomes
easy,
simple from there on. Yeah.
And it was like a switch just went off. It was like, wow, I'm not kidding you. Adjustments that may have been a little bit challenging became simple. It was just, and it's just the belief. You're like, oh, cool. So it would have been like how you went to the gym, you started training. Yeah. It's pretty cool when you get those little moments in life and you realise, like, life's just mental.
Yeah, and like sort of what you're capable of actually achieving.
So what's the youngest kind of clients you have to teach?
About 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have a few of them, or?
Just a small handful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The impact in their life will be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some amazing young ladies coming through, and it's just so cool just to see their progress, just with like sport as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd see it. Sport, life, social.
Yeah, definitely. Just having that impact.
Yeah.
Such a vulnerable time of life too, like the bullying at school and everything. So to be giving them that confidence at that age.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite ruthless now. It's quite different.
Yeah, we can't hide from it with social media, right? Like it follows you home, follows you everywhere.
Yeah.
If anything, it's probably worse when you leave home. Leave school, sorry. Like it follows you home.
School would be almost the safe place because nowadays most people hide behind some sort of screen and say something. And I was going to say to somebody, I know this guy from rallying, but I don't know him, but I know him from rallying. He's a online troll, actually. He's always on the Herald saying something negative or something else. I'm like, but because he pops up all the time, he pops up for me. And I was like, you wouldn't say that in person. Why are you always daily saying something negative? That's not going to be fulfilling for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I do get quite a lot of online criticism sometimes, not so much now, but it does pop up from time to time. But I guess the approach is it's to be expected but not accepted.
Yep.
And I sort of touched base on one of my reels last week, like I mean, the joke's on them. They've created engagement on your posts.
Well, they're looking at your post specifically to go out of their way of their day to say something.
Yeah, they're drawing traffic to your page, and you're probably gonna pop up in their friends' feed. So, who's the real winner here? Yeah.
How have you dealt with that in the past?
It used to be quite a struggle, but as I've sort of progressed and just backing myself with that self-belief, comments like that don't really faze me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been hard at the start.
Yeah, definitely. And from people that you wouldn't expect. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But I think you just, as you grow, you sort of back yourself 100% and just realise that there's no truth into that. And I guess if you're feeling a little bit off, you got a little bit of something to work on, just sort of build yourself up.
Well, it says more about them.
100%. It's always projection.
It's projection.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that somebody else can't achieve something, what's it saying?
Yeah,
about
definitely.
yourself?
Definitely. The most recent one was someone said, "Oh, I hope you fail," but I actually used that and I turned it into a Facebook post. I hope I fail. Well, I really hope that I do too, because I'm here for it.
Well, you learn a lot from failing. Like you're not always meant to win.
Definitely. It'd be a bit strange if you did.
You wouldn't grow, would you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
If life was easy, you wouldn't be successful.
Exactly.
It's those ones that are afraid of failing, they get nowhere. So.
Yep.
Well, I took a call. Somebody who it was like, "Hey, Gabs, I'm after some advice." So I took a call the other night, and he was like, "Hey," and basically, long short of the story was, I said to him, "Look, you'd be more upset at not trying than at not working out. And if you're more worried about failing, you're not going to do it. But I know long term, you'd regret not even trying. So go for the opportunity."
Absolutely, because the same amount of time is going to pass whether or not you go for it. So you might as well take a bet on yourself and go for it.
And guess what? It could fulfill your dreams.
Yeah, and it's same with the gym. I mean, don't wait for Monday, just start now, because that same time is going to pass. And then it will be 3 Mondays from now.
You actually only fail the minute you stop trying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you could try 100 times and make it on your 101st and you'll be a success. Look at Einstein and stuff like that, you know.
Yep.
The light bulb, what was that, like 1,001 attempts?
Yeah.
You know? And we still talk about them today, hundreds of years later.
Yeah, and way more failures than successes.
100%, yeah. So, stupid. If you're listening, stupid comment. Learn. Yeah.
So if you were telling a younger person or a person to start the fitness journey, what the steps would be to take, what would be some big impactful things they could do to kind of start the journey for themselves?
To get started, a big bit of advice that I do give everyone is to go to every single gym and get a free trial.
Yep.
To pick the environment that you feel most comfortable in. This is a big part, and it's going to be a big part of your journey. Don't just go to another gym because old mate is going to that gym. Really pick a space that's going to make you feel comfortable and welcomed and supported.
Some people in the gym can be quite overbearing, empowering, and different grunting and groaning happening in certain corners and stuff, and it's not always a nice environment, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if you're a petite, smaller person or insecure, and to find that right fit.
Absolutely, and a few different gyms have different ways of sort of connecting with people as well. Like, I was very shocked at one particular gym. On their sign-up sheet, they included to attach a photo of a celebrity or of your ideal body type. I nearly died. I was like, what? I want to be Megan Fox. Like,
Me too.
Exactly. But just finding that right environment for your journey and just to feel comfortable.
Yeah. I actually find that quite offensive. Not necessarily offensive, like, why would you do that?
Because I found it quite like a negative approach, like quite an emotional negative impact or way of attracting the client into feeling like they would have to sign up.
More of the guilty point than the positive, let's see how far we can go and build your strengths and work from there. Yep, I see that. I can understand how you'd be like, what?
Yeah, what celebrity do you want to look like?
Yeah, I want to look like myself.
Exactly.
I want to be 7 foot tall. But you're only 5 foot. We'll get you 7 foot in the gym, buddy. Don't you worry. Come on in.
Well, technically, you're setting the client up for failure.
Of course, yeah.
You're absolutely setting them up for failure. So they're never going to look 100% like that, even if they 100% look like that, or even if they look better than that, they're not going to feel that because they're not going to create that environment, because how are they going to it's just setting them up for failure from the get-go.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, opt for those free trials and just sort of connect with the staff and see how you feel when you're in there.
Yeah. You should feel welcome walking into a gym.
100%.
Like I've done fighting for a long time, and you should feel comfortable walking into a fighting gym. Yes, it's a different environment and it can feel a little bit weird at the start, but you should feel, oh, hey, not any kind of posturing or staunch, you know.
Definitely.
If that's happening, it's not the right place for you.
Well, the hardest exercise is walking through the door, right, for the first time.
Yes.
Pretty much, like, it's quite a vulnerable step to make.
It's a huge step too.
Yeah.
Even just to get there, you know how some people are like, oh, I've been putting this off for a year, 6 months, finally here now. So you want to make it the right one. Yeah,
definitely. Or a really good bit of advice that we do at Blaze is that we always connect with the gym members that have gone ghost, just to sort of ignite and see where they're at, and don't let them fall away for too long. Yeah.
So what's that, after a month of no check-ins? Or?
Yeah, just checking in, seeing where they're at. They might just be busy at work, they might be injured, or might have fallen off the bandwagon, but just sort of encourage them to get back on track.
Yeah.
That's it, building the community again. Shows you care.
Yeah.
Now they want to be a part of it.
Yeah. It's important to do, and sometimes it's just a check-in. We're just making sure life's okay. Because it is about the bigger goal, you know, and you understand, obviously, with regards to sometimes life gets busy and everything like that, but it's about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
In a lot of ways, that small phone call is actually what we all preach with men's health and stuff. It's like, can you just pick up the phone and ring a mate?
Yeah.
And I preach it and I don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, how often do I ring a mate? I see mates quite a lot. Like, I do see mates frequently, but there's probably a number of friends I am due a phone call as well.
I think everybody's guilty of that from every level, though. Like, they could always pick up a phone. How are you going?
Yeah, we could, but they're actually doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that's coming from a business perspective to keep a membership. They're doing it because they want to see them back in the gym and see them doing well. So that's amazing.
I think though, in terms when you've got that word of mouth kind of community, we do it, and you just naturally will do it. You just say, actually, I haven't seen Bob for this long. Oh,
where are you, Bob?
Yeah. Thanks. I'm using you as an example. Hey, I haven't seen Bob in a while. Let's just make sure I knew he was having a bit of a hard time. We'll just call and see how he's going. And you know, some people are super stoked to hear, oh, thanks, I've been meaning to give you guys a call and just touch base and let you know I'm actually okay. But just life's been busy, you know. It's important to do that for your clients. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I really, is there anything you kind of want to share that we haven't touched upon or anything like that?
I reckon just to go for it, like if you want to start your own business, or if you do have health and fitness goals at the forefront of your mind, to just go for it. Just get started. Yep. Getting started is always the hardest step, but just go for it. Yeah.
And would that be the biggest lesson that you've had in business too?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Business is something that I didn't think I would find myself doing, but it just naturally blossomed into what it is today. Yeah.
It's cool, and it's cool to see how you've turned your own personal brand into technically a business as well. So massively commend you on that, because a lot of people be very, no. But realising the bigger picture, by me showing my journey, being vulnerable, I can actually show and impact so many more people because they're technically on the journey with me.
Definitely. Or people always worry about what they should be posting on social media, or they say, oh, so-and-so has got the same business. Like, it doesn't matter.
No.
Just go for it. I shared this on Instagram the other day. There's 50 different brands of bread in the supermarket. Like, just go for it. Yep. You've got your own point of difference anyway. And then when you're posting what you want to post on social media, not what you think you should be posting, you're going to attract the right clientele.
And you don't have to be the first person doing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you just have to resonate with the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's literally like 5 McDonald's here, eh? Probably 4 or 5 KFCs. Like, how many of those do we need? We don't. So there's plenty of room for whatever your business may be. And if you do it 10% better than the best person, you'll soon have all their clients.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to thank you so much for coming on and having a chat. It's been absolutely awesome picking your brain, and we have to get you back on to see the growth of
a year's time with another 3 or 4 businesses out, and another 10,000 followers.
Yes,
it's even I'm inspired to kind of come and see you go on the journey. So yeah, well done. So thank you.
So people that aren't following you, where do they find you on your socials?
Oh, I am on Facebook, so Boss Lady, or Instagram is Boss Lady Online, and TikTok is Boss Lady as well.
There you go. I'll put it down in the bio below so you can find it nice and easy if you didn't write that down. And Louise, thanks for being our first woman. It's a great one.
Awesome.
It's going to be hard to keep up, girls, but
no pressure.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Woo.
Thank you so much.
It's all right. I was like,